Thanks everyone for joining us today for our CALS Comm workshop on CALS Tailgate 101. And we are going to hear from Chandler Oliver, who is the CALS event coordinator for the College Advancement Group, and Adrian Clark, who is the social media specialist for the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, and also from Leanne, I really need to Vincent.
Mindset.
I should really practice this before we. This is the second time this has occurred. The junior graphic designer for CALS Communications, and we are going to get started. One quick housekeeping: if you have questions that come up as the session is going along, please feel free to put them in the chat, and we will get to them as topics come up. Chandler, take it away.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. As Janine said, I'm the event coordinator for CALS Advancement, and myself and Daniel Radford, who's on this call, put together what's called CALS Alumni and Friends Weekend. And within that weekend, we have CALS Tailgate. And this year is the 31st annual CALS Tailgate. And as you could see on that first slide, it is presented by Farm Credit. And we're excited to have Farm Credit on board again for this fourth year in a row as our presenting sponsor. So moving into what we'll kind of go over today, we'll talk about just tailgate in general, and then specifically exhibitor information, what resources that we have available for you, and we'll answer any questions that you may have regarding tailgate or the weekend or anything of that nature. CALS Tailgate is set for Saturday, September 10th. It is the first home football game of the season against Charleston Southern. CALS Tailgate is always prior to that game. Whatever Ag Day football game is set by the athletics department, and they have selected this game for us. And so our event will be, sorry, Jennifer, I know I'm like all over the place. Jennifer is helping me with slides this morning. And so we will have CALS Tailgate from 9:30 to noon, and in the Closed King indoor practice facility. And for those of you that haven't joined us before, Closed King is where the football team practices, and it is in close proximity to Carter Finley Stadium. It's on the same grounds, if you will. And so it's a good, easy walk to Carter Finley for our guests that attend CALS Tailgate. And then just a little bit about CALS Tailgate and Ag Day in general. CALS Tailgate is a family-friendly atmosphere that showcases our college and everything that's great about what we have going on. We have approximately 1,200 people that attend this event every year, and I am expecting more this year since we have kind of tweaked the event a little bit that I'll get into in a second. But CALS Tailgate in general is just an opportunity for everybody to showcase what's going on in their unit or department. And we are the only college on campus that I'm aware of at the moment that has a specific theme day with NC State athletics, and that does this sort of event prior to a game day. So I think that's a really cool piece about CALS and our partnership with athletics. And we have this great opportunity to really showcase to everybody why we're so awesome. The CALS Advancement staff is, we staff the event as well as the exhibitors that register. And so CALS Advancement will take on the registration process, any type of, setup, breakdown, that sort of thing. And then the exhibitors are responsible for staffing their booths. And then Jennifer, if you'll go back just a second, I'll talk about Ag Day just a little bit. while CALS Tailgate is in its 31st year, Ag Day is actually only in its 10th year. And so we've only been partnered with athletics for about 10 years for this. And Wolfpack Sports Properties, which is the partnership sponsor arm of NC State Athletics, and the athletics marketing department really have pushed this a long way for us, and we're very excited to continue collaborating with them on this specific day. Now, what to expect at CALS Tailgate? Jennifer, you can move forward. I'm bouncing around on her. So for 2021, we did have about 1,200 guests. We had 29 exhibitors. And we also had an admission price of $25, which included a buffet meal. But this year we've taken that admission price off of CALS Tailgate. And we've done this to really like broaden our reach, if you will. We've got a lot of folks that like to tailgate NC State football games. If you haven't been to a football game yet, and you do come to CALS Tailgate, you'll see kind of the scope of tailgating and how wild it is. But people are very dedicated to their own personal tailgates and cooking and things like that. And so we thought maybe taking the buffet meal out of it and, you know, dropping admission to free, that we would, you know, get new faces in. You know, the same folks have really been coming to tailgate year after year. And we really hope to get more students, more staff, more just Wolfpack football fans in general that are walking up to the door asking, what is this? And then walking away because they don't want to, you know, pay to get in. I really think that the number of guests registered already has really shown that we might be going in the right direction for this. Normally at the end of July, the 1st of August, we have about 300 people registered because people don't really know what they're doing until September, that type of thing. But we have almost 800 people registered this year, and it's not even a month away. So I think that's amazing. And I only expect that number to go up. And so really hoping to get new faces in. We do have 14 exhibitors registered so far. But I do know it's, you know, summer break and everybody's trying to make fall plans and things like that. And so I expect that number to go up as well. Like I said, there will be no buffet meal this year. However, Hal and Cal will still be there. We will still serve our Pride and Joy ice cream. And with it being a September game, it's going to be, or at least I expect it to be, a little warm. So we will have water on site for everybody as well. Are there any questions regarding what's new about CALS Tailgate this year before I kind of get into the nitty gritty of exhibitor info? Perfect. So the next thing I'll talk about is just exhibitor information. And you should have received this via email. If you haven't, let me know and I can send it over. But to be an exhibitor at CALS Tailgate, we just ask that you please provide an engaging experience for the donors and alumni and guests. Like I mentioned earlier, that we want to showcase how great our college is. And so anything from your area that you'd like to highlight, you're welcome to have at your exhibitor table. And CALS Advancement provides at no cost one 8-foot table and one tablecloth, as well as an 8-foot by 4-foot exhibitor space and the shuttle to and from CALS Tailgate. Now you are able to request more tables or more tablecloths, and those will be $25 a piece if you do request those, but they are available if you'd like, you know, a 2-table setup or anything like that. As in regards to setup and just football game information, for those that are new, We do provide an opportunity to drop all of your CALS Tailgate items that you would like taken over to Close King for you. An opportunity to drop that in a box truck that lives at the CALS Advancement office for a few days prior to Tailgate. And if you have not been to the CALS Advancement office, it is 4101 Barrel or 512 Brookhaven for those that are have been around for a little bit. We'll have 3 opportunities to drop your items on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I ask that you just let me know when you'll be what time you'll be dropping off. That way, you know, we can make sure somebody's here for you to help you load the box truck. Setup will be Friday, September 9th. I have at TBD right now because I'm waiting on the rental company to get back to me and as far as what time they'll be in the building and set up. And so I expect that to be between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. at some point in that time frame. But as soon as I do know that, I will update everybody that registers for Tailgate, and you'll get a lot of information via email as we get closer to the date. And that location is obviously going to be Close King Indoor Practice Facility. And then how takedown works is immediately following CALS Tailgate, everything will go into the box truck. That way, if you're going to the football game or have other plans or things like that, you have a place to put your items so that you can, you know, go do whatever you need to do or have planned. And then we'll take that to Brookhaven for you, or the CALS Advancement office. I'm still calling it Brookhaven. But we'll bring it all back to you for you to pick up on Monday or Tuesday or directly after CALS Tailgate. So that's kind of how setup and takedown works for Tailgate. Are there any questions regarding that information? Perfect. So CALS Comm has put together a toolkit and resources for everybody for CALS Tailgate. And we'll put the link in the chat, but the toolkit has all the information that I just went over, as well as how to contact myself or Jennifer, recommendations on giveaways, communications recommendations and guidelines, and just tips and tricks on how to be an engaging exhibitor. And everything that we talk about today will live on this website so that you can easily access it after this. And we'll put the recording of, I think Janine will put the recording of this linked on that website as well. Perfect. So we do have that this year that I think will be a vital tool for you all. And then we'll kind of maybe debrief about this toolkit, what we can add and what we can maybe take out for those that do attend CALS Tailgate. What was helpful, what was not would be great. And then I'm going to turn it over to Adrian to talk all things social.
Thank you, Chandler. Hello, everyone. So, of course, CALS Tailgate, has all the fun things in person as well as social media. So there's ways you can get involved with activities. And as an exhibitor, you can help raise the awareness of CALS Tailgate. We want people to know that, this is open to the public, and this is where you can, do your part from your department channels and so on. So of course, we want to promote the changes to this year's event. As Chandler mentioned earlier, we have the free admission portion and it's open to the public. So we want to make sure we really effectively communicate that on your social media channels. And of course, even though you're an exhibitor, you can also invite other people to sign up to be an exhibitor as well. So of course, like sharing the link, sharing the website information on the CALS, with the CALS tailgate information. And then also, the goal with social media is to gain more participation from the department, students, faculty, and staff. We want everybody to help us promote all things CALS. And then lastly, we are going to promote the social media activities, because it's going to be a full day of things online and things in person at the event as well. As far as the social media guidelines, there's no limit to your creativity as long as it's on brand. Of course, we want to stay on brand and within university communications guidelines. And so we have some ideas for how you can help promote CALS Tailgate. For example, you can update your cover and profile pics. This is all in the CALS Tailgate toolkit that Jennifer just showed a minute ago. Similar to Day of Giving, how we all kind of changed our profile pictures and cover pictures. It just kind of shows, camaraderie amongst our team, amongst CALS, and it helps our audience get excited as well. So Leanne has some IG stories and just some things that you can use for your channels. These are really neat. Just some promo type of graphics, really cute. And then of course, when you are, publishing, putting out things on social media, it's a good idea to schedule your posts ahead of time. And if you're not going to schedule any posts, just, even when you make your posts in general, just make sure you're using the CALS Tailgate hashtag. That'll help me on my end just to kind of go back and look at all of the posts. And of course, I want to share what you guys are posting. I can do like a retweet, or I can share on our Instagram page, and then make sure you tag us as well. That way I can see what you guys are posting, and I can comment and share and just help you all get more reach on your end. Here are just a few do's and don'ts. Of course, we want to start promoting as soon as possible. As Chandler mentioned, we are at a good number already, but that number can, we can help increase that number by making sure we promote on social media. Here's an example. You can do it like a save the date, post, or graphic. Just as we showed, Leanne already has some graphics that you guys can go ahead and start posting. And then, like I mentioned before, when creating your social media posts, remember to use both the CALS Tailgate hashtag and tag the CALS account at NC State CALS. This is how we will monitor and track the mentions, and when we do the activities. Of course, you guys can participate in the activities as well. And then we want to encourage students and ambassadors and influencers to help spread the word. If they see that you're excited about CALS Tailgate, then the students are going to get excited, and then that'll encourage them to post from their channels as well. And here are a few don'ts. Don't post too much. Personally, I've created a social media strategy that will help me kind of stay on track with my posts, just sprinkling some posts here and there. We don't want to go overboard. Just consider it in your regular cadence of posts. Just, of course, you want to do a slight increase as we get closer to the date, but, just don't overdo it. And then this is a big one. We don't want to post pictures of food from the past events. As Chandler mentioned, we are not serving food this time. It's only going to be Howlin' Cow and water. So we don't want to give the impression that we are going to have snacks or food, because we won't this year. So there are some, like in the graphics don't show food. And then if you need one of us to provide some imagery that doesn't have food from past events, just, reach out and I can send you a few pictures. Of course, there's tons of Howlin' Cow pictures out there. So if you want to say, don't forget, we'll have Howlin' Cow. People love Howlin' Cow. They'll get excited. So these are the biggest don'ts. Don't post too much and don't show any food. And these are the activities that we are going to have this time around. Some of these may be familiar. I know we last year we had the Show Us Your Red and White I'll get into the descriptions a little more, and then we have the Tailgate A game, Tailgate Throwback, and then a new one that we're going to have is a scavenger hunt bingo. That's something that people can participate in on the day of, very interactive. And then I just threw in a couple of pictures of just people participating over the past couple of years. Yeah, just some things that help people get excited so they can see what it looks like as like with the public participating in our activities. And here are some descriptions of the activities. So show us your red and white, really just pack pride, show us your school spirit. People have their CALS shirts, if they have CALS shirts or previous tailgate gear or just NC State gear in general, we want people to post it and tag us on Instagram and Twitter, and of course use the CALS hashtag, CALS Tailgate hashtag. So if you're posting about these activities and you're trying to get participation in your departments or just for the general public, just make sure you relay those instructions on using the hashtag and tagging us. And then the Tailgate A game, if people think they have the best tailgate setup, we want them to, post with pride and just show off their area, their tailgate. And then of course they're going to tag us. And then Tailgate Throwback. Some people have been participating in tailgate over the years. And so if people want to show their first tailgate experience or just like a throwback picture, that's going to be a fun activity too. Of course, if you guys have pictures that can go with these activities, we want you to participate as well. And then for the scavenger hunt bingo, so the tailgate attendees will be given a bingo card with activities and things to complete. And things to search for in Close King. So it's going to be a bingo card, and we'll have different things like, visit this booth or, visit this booth and take a picture here, or just different type of things. So that way everybody can participate on the day of. And of course, they get bingo, they can get some giveaway items. So that is going to be a really fun one. And giveaways, I will let Chandler take over from here.
So before I go into the giveaways portion of this, I do want to mention just like ways outside of giveaways that we can make your setup engaging. Obviously giveaways is a good piece of this, but I think there are different ways. Like I know Heather Austin and her team, they bring the equipment over that I think is very engaging for people to see. And then I'm willing to, help you bring anything over that you feel may, help with the engagement aspect. And also too, this year, if you would like to do something like, hire a balloon artist or a face painter or what have you, I can help coordinate those pieces. I'm more than happy to help do that. Just let me know. You can email me and we can, work out how we can do that. But some have the little like circle thing that spins. FFA does the cups, and they put theirs up in a fun way. And so there are a lot of different ways that you can make your there we go. That's your and then there's some like we've done face painting in the past, but I'm willing to help you think outside of the box on things if you would like to do something or bring something over or anything like that you may think, oh, that's never been done at CALS Tailgate before, I'm not going to be able to do that. Erase that from your mind, because I am a very open-minded individual and I want to showcase and highlight your area the way you want to do that. So just let me know and we can work through those pieces. But now I'll go into like what giveaway, if you are going to do a giveaway, what's approved and what's not approved. And what I mean by approved giveaways, these are items that are allowed in Carter Finley Stadium and are allowed on the premises. And so this is not an approved giveaways list from CALS. This is an athletics thing. So bandanas, t-shirts, cooling towels, chip clips, palms. Y'all pretty much know the drill on what you can order and what you can't and who you can order from. But if you do have any questions about that, just let me know. Or if you have an item that is not on this list that you think might be able to be approved, just send it over and I can get athletics to approve them. Basically, they just don't want things that can be thrown onto the field. So like a stress ball or I don't know, like a Yeti or something like that, that can be used as a projectile and thrown onto the field. So as you're thinking about things, you can kind of think that in that way. And then if you are going to order giveaways, it is important and you do want to put, the CALS Tailgate logo on it or anything like that. The logos that are approved to use, Jennifer, you can move forward, are the CALS Tailgate logo or the CALS Tailgate presented by Farm Credit. You do not have to use the CALS Tailgate logo on your giveaway items. This is just in case you want to do that. And if you need any type of, logo, department logos, whatever, Leanne can help dig those up and she can help you, brand it in a way that looks the best and is going to, put our best foot forward from a CALS perspective and from a department perspective. So we do have, like we mentioned earlier, we have the communications assets folder and we have the social media graphics, all of that sort of thing. I will mention that, if like Heather, I keep using you as an example, but like if they took a picture of the equipment that they're going to bring over and posted it and, we'll see you at CALS Tailgate, that's totally fine unless Adrian is about to kick me in the shin on that. But I think that that's perfectly fine. If you want to showcase what you're going to bring over, come grab, a t-shirt from us or whatever. I think that's perfectly fine to help promote CALS Tailgate and also promote your department. But if you need anything, Leanne, she's fantastic and she'll be able to get you set up with any type of graphics that you need or would like for CALS Tailgate. And then again, the photos, we showed those earlier. So you can pull any photos from the assets folder that you'd like. And then next we'll talk about displays, posters, and printed materials. I know most of you have items already. But if you do need any type of, printed materials or posters or anything like that, then you can ask CALS Comm to help produce those for you. Again, first impressions are key. We've talked about that a little bit and to be engaging. But all communications requests must be submitted by August 15th. And the reason is, I don't want to alarm anybody in case you have some big project coming up, but apparently there's a paper shortage that's coming. And so all of our printing companies have asked us to earlier the better, earlier the better, earlier the better. And so, and we say that paper shortage in case you've got other things too that are going on, but specifically for CALS Tailgate, August 15th will be the communication request deadline. And if you need printed or promotional materials or just advice on how to rearrange something, to make it look the way you want it to. Leanne's a great resource. You can also put in a CALS communications request if you need anything created for you. But Leanne and Jennifer are great resources on, should I put this here or logos and all of that sort of thing. So if you just need a little bit of advice there, I feel like I go to Leanne a lot. So I send her all my emails and she rearranges them for me to make them look better. But if you need anything, this link is right here on the slide, and then it's also on the toolkit website. And then exhibit examples that we kind of showed a little bit earlier. You've got FFA right here with the giveaways. And then the next one I think is tell us what you loved about CALS. And then people were able to type in what they loved about CALS. Somebody drew a logo. Leanne, don't look at that. That's probably not approved. But we've done arts and crafts things before. We've done, you can see they have a cooling towel or rally towel there. You can bring in video screens, pop-up banners, things like that. We can bring in a face painter, microscopes, whatever you think that might make your space engaging. I'm interested in, even if you think it's kind of off the wall. I'm definitely off the wall. So, but does anybody have any questions or comments or anything like that? Hopefully this was a little helpful for those that may have attended Tailgate, but also have not attended Tailgate. All right, if there's no questions, I will make one more note is like somebody said earlier, I can't remember, maybe me. We are expanding our exhibitor who's allowed to set up at CALS Tailgate. So any CALS related groups that may be interested in setting up, feel free to send it to them. The more the merrier, in my opinion. The different ways that we can, celebrate our college and show off what we've got going on is great. We've invited all of the student groups this year as well. We have 2 student groups that are setting up this year so far. And so send them, exhibitor information and see if they're interested, or send them to me and I'd be happy to reach out to them. And again, my information is here. CALS Comm's information is here. And we're here for you, and CALS Tailgate will be here before we know it.
Thanks so much, Chandler. I really appreciate that. Was a lot of information, but shared in a very delightful way. And as Chandler said earlier, we're going to share this recording out. So if you have members of your team who weren't able to join today, but that are going to be attending, please share the link with them. I hope to send it out in the next 24 hours, maybe by tomorrow afternoon at the latest. So you can have this to share with members of your team. And next month, we're going to host the CALSCOM workshop on the website. I know some of you are responsible for updates to your departmental or unit websites. And as the CALSCOM web team moves over sites from the traditional WordPress editor to Gutenberg, this will be going over some of the tricks and tips for making the most out of that pretty significant change. So thanks again to Chandler and to Adrian and Leanne. they are happy to be resources up until tailgate and beyond. So please don't hesitate to reach out. If you have, we'll stay on for a few more minutes in case some questions come up. Thanks.